we'll give you an update on that. So staying on the space infrastructure, how do we prevent the space infrastructure from becoming the next digital divide? As obviously this is one of the major issues. Eric, maybe you can answer that question, please.
Yeah, actually, we're working on this very subject, working with the U.S. Space Force and others. It's a big problem in space, all the problems that we talked about today. One thing I wanted to kind of back up a little bit. How many people here could explain what fire is to a 6-year-old? How fire works? Anybody?
Fireworks?
Fire, not fireworks, just fire.
It's a bad subject in Switzerland now, believe me.
Yeah. I was just wanting to make a point. We're talking about convergence of 3 core technologies, right? 2 of the 3 we really don't understand. Okay, so as our colleague was just saying here, when somebody says they're an AI expert, we really don't understand how AI makes decisions, and quantum is even worse. Quantum has got very good predictive capability, but we don't understand quantum. So we're talking about putting together 3 technologies, potentially giving AI access to cyber, right? AI judgment, access to cyber, and accelerate that with quantum, right? That's going to be a huge challenge for all of society. Now, I am not political, but just last week, this was reported in all the China news outlets. China announced that they are, in fact, testing 10 technologies that are quantum, cyber, and AI on the battlefield. And the idea is to get dominance. So we tend to focus all of these efforts or concentrate these efforts on power and offensive capability, right? At the expense of human judgment, governance, and ability to react. And that's the problem. It's not smarter AI, it's misalignment. So in space, it's even worse, right? So you've got low bandwidth, you've got inability to access, and all the infrastructure in space has been basically, well, not all, but most of the infrastructure in space is exposed because space has always been sort of out of reach, and nobody thought that this would be a problem. But if you look at the level and the number of hacks in space, dramatic increase, dramatic increase. Just, I want to say 2 years ago, someone in Switzerland hacked into Starlink with $45 Raspberry Pi. Okay, so our ability to react, right? And I think someone mentioned earlier about oversight or providing human in the loop oversight of like these agents. We are not going to be able to react fast enough. It's just a fact. And one more point, there's something called inference time hacking. We've already seen, and we've seen in our own work, AI developing the ability to hide what it's doing. And by that I mean, sort of like when your teacher walks by, you pretend you're doing your homework. That kind of thing, okay? So with AI doing that, and so the current thinking is maybe we could use, less sophisticated AI to monitor more powerful AI. It's not gonna work. And humans in the loop, not gonna work. So we have to start building these things, governance, hardware, software, and laws. So go back to what we just talked about with China. Again, this is not a political statement, but I don't even know whether or not some of the things that were said is accurate, right? But the point is that announcement was made. What does that mean? So all the other nations are going to react, right? And you have this asymmetric, sort of concentration where you have a few powers that's going to have these capabilities and others are going to be trying to get these capabilities. It's going to be a never-ending cycle.